how I use business credit cards to buy houses. In this episode, I'm actually going to teach you exactly how I use business credit cards, not personal credit cards, but business credit cards, not reporting on my credit report, to buy houses. You literally can build a rental portfolio. You can have rental properties. You can flip houses this way. You can increase your net worth. This is how you can get wealthy. I'm going to break the whole thing down for you. I'm going to give you step by step. Buckle up. You're going to love this episode. It is going to be life-changing. Let's go.
Noelle. Yeah, she can fix that. You gotta get it done, or you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
Okay, let's get right into this. This video is sponsored by 𝗀 Consulting. More on them a little bit later. So the first thing that you need to know is you literally can get a business, literally an LLC, with the Secretary of State, get an EIN, and then get business credit cards and use those credit cards to buy houses, literally rental properties. Or if you want to just flip the houses using this, you can do that. I'm going to share with you exactly how I do it. I'm going to tell you what websites to go to. I'm going to tell you all of it. So buckle up. This is not something that you want to miss. All right, let's get into this. Okay, so the first thing that you actually need in order to do this, of course, is an actual business. So most real estate is bought in an LLC, a limited liability company. You can go to the Secretary of State and literally get your LLC. I do not suggest putting the word real estate in the name, but you will need an LLC because most real estate should be purchased in an LLC, and you can actually do two LLCs, one that can hold real estate and one that is actually for transactional purposes. A little bit more on that later, but you will just need simple things. Of course, you need a business because in order to get business credit card, the better way, because you can get tons of business credit cards and you can repeat this thing over and over again. You can easily just get an LLC, an EIN. Of course, you want a professional phone number, you want a professional email, and a website. Like, these are just the basic things that you need for you to have a real business. But the caveat is going to be getting a business checking account. Literally, you can walk into any bank and get a business checking account. And when you open up the business checking account, if you have decent personal credit, they will give you a business credit card. And a business credit card, like, for example, say you go to Chase Bank, you open up a Chase checking account, and then you will get a Chase business credit card. They usually have amazing limits. The great thing about business credit cards is that usually the limits are much higher than what you could get with your personal credit. So just by having these things and walking to a bank like Bank of America, or walking into Chase Bank, which I absolutely love, like a Chase Bank or Bank of America, I'll put some links in the description box. Again, if you need help with this, please reach out to my friends at 𝗀Consulting. They can help you build business credit and help you get business funding. However, you can do this on your own. Obviously, this is going to be a step-by-step. If you want to do things on your own, you can. If you want help, reach out to 𝗀Consulting. They can help you get your business credit established and even help you get business funding. Obviously, there is a small fee to do some of those things, but it's not do it yourself. But this is something that anyone can do, especially if you have decent personal credit. So if you have decent personal credit, when you walk in to get that business checking account, they will offer you a business credit card. And literally, you can actually do this at several banks. You can walk into Chase, open up a business checking account with them, get the business credit card. Then you can go to Bank of America, for example, and open up a business checking account. Then Bank of America gives you a business credit card. Then go to Wells Fargo, open up a business checking account. They give you a business credit card. So in basically one day, you can end up with 3 business credit cards with $100,000 on those cards, because they usually give you good limits, $37,000, $25,000. I have a Chase Business Inc. card. The limit is $75,000 on just that credit card. So these are amazing. All right. And you can easily do this to buy houses. Okay. Literally get rental properties, fix and flip them, pick up properties at auctions. I will get into all of that in just a second. But anyone can do this for any business. Okay. So again, you have your business, you need these things: an LLC, an EIN, business phone number, business email, business website. Really easy. I have a whole video. If you don't know how to get those things done, I have a whole video. I'll put a link to that and you can watch that after this video. I'll make sure that's the next video. All right. Go into the Chase Bank, for example. Chase Bank, for example, open the business checking account, then get the business credit card. That is that simple. And again, you can repeat this and go to multiple banks and get multiple business credit cards. It's amazing. All right, now let me tell you, step 2. Now that you have a business and now that you actually have business checking account and some business credit cards, now you can actually start getting real estate. This is very simple. One of the things, though, when it comes to getting real estate and building a portfolio is you don't want to buy real estate at retail prices, meaning you don't want to just go to realtor.com or Zillow.com or work with a real estate agent and find a house and pay a retail price, meaning pay full market value. The way to get wealthy is to buy real estate at a discount. And how we buy real estate at a discount is we find people in distress. For example, we find people that are behind on their mortgage payments in pre-foreclosure. Once someone is like 3 or 4 months past due on their mortgage payments, they will get what's called a notice of default. This happens before the property goes into foreclosure. This is called pre-foreclosure. I absolutely love this, okay? One of the reasons I love this is because I, Noelle Randall, did go through foreclosure, and I know that it is a terrible thing to go through, and I know that giving your property or selling your property to a real estate investor is a much better option. It can help save your credit, and it can actually put you in a position where you can buy a home again pretty quickly instead of letting the home go into foreclosure and you're having to wait many, many years. So you, as a real estate investor, when I became a real estate investor, I realized it was very easy for me to help people that were facing foreclosure because I had already been in foreclosure and I understood that. Okay, I understood that if I could get those properties over to an investor, they could catch up the mortgage payments so they could buy the property and it could save the person from going into actual foreclosure, which leads to very devastating consequences. So there is an app called DealMachine that I absolutely love. And you can go to DealMachine.com/Noelle for a 7-day free trial. You want to go to DealMachine and use this 7-day free trial or actually sign up for the software. I absolutely love it. I have it on my phone, and you literally can search through and find distressed properties. And I don't mean distress like the house is falling apart. I mean distress in that the person is having some type of financial distress. For example, they're facing foreclosure. They are in pre-foreclosure. Or maybe they're in bankruptcy. That's public records as well. That's available in DealMachine. Or maybe they're going through a divorce, and that is something where was 2 people paying and now it's just going to be 1 person paying. So many times people start to get behind on their mortgage payment for various different reasons. And this is a great opportunity for you as a real estate investor to get a lot of properties at a discount or even just a few and help them in that situation. Let me explain. Okay, so you'll want to go to DealMachine.com/Noelle for a free trial. And you can actually search through. You can put in your zip code, for example, and find properties in your area and search for properties that are in distress, properties that may be on free and clear. That's not necessarily going to work for what I'm going to be teaching you here, but that's an amazing way to maybe get seller financing. But really, in my situation, how I make a lot of money are finding people that are behind on those mortgage payments. That is very easy to find on DealMachine.com, again, /Noelle. They will give you a free trial. I am going to share some quick screenshots right now and show you how DealMachine works. So an easy thing that you can do is log into DealMachine and put in a zip code. Super easy. A zip code that you're interested in owning real estate in. Maybe it's in your area. Maybe it's easy for you to get to. Maybe it's near a major city. Okay. That is kind of what you want to do. Maybe not downtown area, but a nice area where you can get some rental properties and properties are going up in value. So here's some examples of just putting in the zip code and then sorting by all of the different quick filters that they already have here in DealMachine. One of the filters that I absolutely love is the pre-foreclosure screen filter. You can see that right here. These are people that have received a notice of default, and I can send a letter to them and let them know, hey, give us a call. We can buy your property for cash. It's really just that simple. Or right within DealMachine, you can contact the sellers directly. Not only is their address there, but so is their phone number. But again, most people get tripped up and say, oh man, I can find these properties. I see this DealMachine is very easy to use. However, I don't know if I have the money to catch up people's payments or to pay for inspections or if there's repairs or earnest money and all of those things. Well, this is where those business credit cards come into place. And this is where if you're having trouble getting business credit established, you need to reach out to my friends at 𝗀∙ Consulting. Again, you can easily build business credit yourself. But if you are very busy, don't have a lot of time, you can actually have some experts at 𝗀∙Consulting.com do that for you. Just tell them that Noelle Randall sent you. They will give you a free consultation. They will see what they can do for you and let you know upfront And in most cases, I have students that are getting $50,000 and $75,000 just from that one phone call. So check out Justin Merch Consulting, have that free consultation, see that they can help you build business credit really quickly. And even if they can help you get business funding, this will actually speed through some of the things that I had mentioned earlier, because now you are in the position where you have the money to do the things that I'm going to share with you next. Or maybe you already have the money saved, but Noelle Randall is always going to tell you business credit is the way, because you can actually build business credit quickly and you can repeat it with multiple businesses. And the limits on your business credit cards and in your business funding will be much higher than you usually can get using your personal name. Additionally, the funds in many cases are under your business with your EIN, and they will not be showing up on your personal credit report. For example, in many cases, they'll show up on your business credit report, or it will only show up if you default on those loans and different things like that. So it's a very nice way to lower your risk, where you are able to borrow lots of money, and not have your own personal credit at risk and your personal scores going up and down as you are doing real estate ventures. Okay, let's keep going. So like I said, and once I've got my business credit cards, and again, I'm getting $50,000 to $100,000 in business credit cards really easy, okay? Really easy, able to get these, especially going to multiple banks. Then I'm going to go to DealMachine, and I'm going to find people that are in pre-foreclosure. I really like pre-foreclosure as one of the ways, because they usually have something that is very, very valuable. Let me explain. So one of the ways that I was able to get very, very wealthy was I started off wholesaling. Many of you guys know that I was bankrupt and broke and living in my parents' basement when I first started real estate. Well, I was able to find people that were in distress, and I was able to flip those contracts to investors for a fee. That is called wholesaling. And usually you can pick up about $5,000 for each contract that you are able to flip. So it was a very, very easy way for me to get some cash flow and get out of my parents' basement, start fixing my situation, start fixing my credit, and move to the next thing, which is fixing and flipping. The average profit on a fix and flip is over $65,000. And again, this is not just Noelle Randall telling you this. This is literally right here on Realty Track. You can see it right here. The average amount of a fix and flip is over $65,000. So making about $65,000 on one deal was way better than just making $5,000 on a deal, as you can see. So of course, when you have bad credit and no money, you'll do wholesaling. But as soon as you start to fix those situations, you will do fix and flips, because you're still going to use DealMachine and distressed properties to find these deals. So there's a lot of profits available for you. And of course, if you can just make $65,000 on one fix and flip, well, you can actually replace your income, and you don't have to go to work every day. And that is what I was able to do. Then I got into keeping those properties and putting tenants in them. So I would buy the distressed properties, fix them up, and then put a tenant in them, and then refinance out of that mortgage, or leave it in the mortgage of the seller. Let me explain, because this is where it gets juicy. So there is a system that I created called Taking Over Payment System, where I am able to take over people's payments, especially when they are past due. Just think about it. When they are in pre-foreclosure, they are about to get foreclosed on. Therefore, they're about to lose all of the down payment, all of the payments that they made. The sheriff is coming, going to kick them out, and they are going to have bad credit for at least 4 years. However, in many cases, the sellers will agree to let me take over their mortgage payments in exchange for the deed. So I will catch their mortgage payments up, and we will literally close on the property. I will buy the home subject to the existing financing staying in place, meaning the mortgage that they already have, I will keep, and I will take over the payments. And they will usually agree to this, because of course I am buying the property. It's going to be in my name, but the mortgage is usually their problem. And when I catch up those mortgage payments at the closing, they instantly have much better credit, because now their mortgage is current. And then I will make those payments, because I'm going to put a tenant in there. I'm going to put it on Airbnb. I'm going to actually make money. So yes, most people will be like, oh my gosh, that's very risky for them. No, it's not. They already have very terrible credit, and the bank is coming to get the house. I am a real estate broker. I'm a professional real estate investor. You don't have to be a broker, but a professional real estate investor, they can usually convince the person that this is their best option, and it is very beneficial to them. Like I said, when I close on the property, I will be able to catch those mortgage payments up. So now their mortgage is no longer reporting on their credit as past due. And I will agree to make those payments and I will make them on time. I'm going to put a tenant in them, or I'm going to fix and flip the property and I'm going to sell it. And so I won't be in their mortgage for very long. And again, this is something that me and the seller agree on. If you want to learn more about this, I teach this in my coaching. You can actually call the number on the screen or text the number on the screen to talk to one of our success coaches. But this is the way that I was able to get very, very wealthy by taking over people's payments. I was able to own those properties and the mortgage stays in their name for a specific amount of time, of course. And sometimes I will refinance out of the mortgage, or I will sell the property in a couple of years, couple of months, whatever we agree to. And that way I don't have to go out and get a new mortgage for the property. This is how I am able to buy houses with a business credit card. How do you say? Well, because I don't need to come up with any money except the money that they're past due on the mortgage payments. In many cases, the business credit card limits that I have satisfy that. Most people are only past due on their mortgage 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, usually not too much more than that. So maybe it's $5,000, $6,000. Sometimes it's only like $4,000, $3,000 to catch up their mortgage payments, and their mortgage payment going forward is only $1,200 or $1,500. And I'm able to, put somebody in that property at $1,800 or $2,500. So it's very profitable for me. But the benefit for me as well is not only do I not have to go to a mortgage company and get a mortgage, I get to take over their mortgage. And usually their mortgage payment, their interest rate is very, very low. Here's a fun fact. 80% of all mortgages that exist right now are less than 6%. Yeah. Most people that have a mortgage on their home, their interest rate is 6% or under. So that's an amazing interest rate for me to be able to take over that payment. That saves me a ton of money, and I am able to benefit the person that is in distress. Usually, again, the person that is in pre-foreclosure. This works really, really well to establish and get yourself a real estate portfolio or to start fixing and flipping properties. Additionally, this works even well for wholesaling because investors like myself, we absolutely love when a wholesaler brings a subject to deal to us with a sub-6 mortgage. Okay, we absolutely love those deals, and we will gladly pay wholesalers $5,000, $10,000. Again, I paid wholesalers over $25,000 in fees for a property, but again, I was able to make over $80,000 on that property. So it is very beneficial. And again, you can actually do this with business credit cards because you're only needing enough money to catch up the mortgage payments. And again, you have now a piece of property, an asset that you can use to make money. You can use it, fix and flip it, do the renovations, paint it, make it look really nice, and then put it on the market and immediately sell it. Or you can fix it up and put a tenant in it. And now you have a wonderful rental property that's giving you cash flow. All of the equity that seller had in the property, all of that equity comes to you because it's your property and it's a piece of real estate. So it's going up in value over time. This is an amazing way to get wealthy. I've been able to do this over and over again. And now with the power of business credit, I am able to take this to the next level because I don't even have to use my own savings or use my own personal credit to do these things. I literally can buy the real estate in my business's name. I can get business credit cards in my business's name. I can use those business credit cards to catch up those mortgage payments. I can use it for earnest money. I can use it for inspections if I need to do inspections or appraisals. All of those things can be purchased with a business credit card and fund my business and make me a lot of money. It is an amazing way to get wealthy. Real estate is the #1 way to wealth in America. Over 89% of all millionaires have been created through real estate, including Noelle Randall. I have been able to change my life flipping housing, doing wholesaling, having rental properties, both long-term rentals with tenants in them and short-term rentals like Airbnb. It is an amazing thing to do. And now I even teach it. This is something that more people should be doing because owners are really going to be the people with the power, especially in the economy that we are in. You have got to change your mindset and realize that you cannot rent forever and that you should be buying assets like real estate, assets like having a business, assets like being able to buy stocks and bonds and mutual funds, things that can actually give you wealth and protect you in this economy so that you don't fall into poverty. You are so strong and you can use this and do this over and over again. And again, with tools, easy little simple tools like DealMachine. You can easily find these deals. And with partners like Justin Merch Consulting, they can help you get business credit and business funding even faster than you can on your own. And especially if you have good personal credit, you should start leveraging it to build business credit so that you can get all of the funding that you need to put yourself in a very stable position. One more thing. Not only does this work with pre-foreclosures, again, people that are behind on their mortgage payment, this also works with tired landlords. One of the things that you can do is literally search on DealMachine for landlords, properties that are owned by corporations or owned by landlords, properties that are not used as primary residence, tired landlords. This is an amazing thing because, again, in many cases, they may be willing to do the taking over payment system with you really easily because they are investors themselves. They are happy with getting some of their money up front and getting money over time. Additionally, in many cases, tired landlords have more than one property, so you can do bulk deals where you pick up 4 or 5 properties in one transaction. Let me keep going. Then you have probate. So these are people that may have died and their children probably don't want the property. That has been an amazing niche for me, probate, because in many cases, the homes are really nice. A lot of older people have nice homes that actually need renovations. You know, they're great houses with great bones, as we call it. But at the same time, they need some renovations. They need some updating, and they are perfect for fix and flips. I absolutely love probate. That's an amazing thing. And again, all of these different niches are available right on DealMachine. You can sort and filter and find probate properties. Let me keep going. Divorce, as I mentioned earlier, divorce, you can find divorce cases. This is public records. So you can find people that are going through a divorce and they have a property and target those people and let them know, because in many cases, a lot of times the wife is going to win the home and then she maybe is not even on the mortgage. She doesn't necessarily care. I absolutely love divorce as one of the niches to find distressed properties and be able to do these types of deals and get properties at a discount. Of course, bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is another amazing opportunity for a real estate investor where you can help them. They have already declared bankruptcy and told you that they are in distress. So in many cases, they cannot keep the house. So this is a perfect opportunity for you to get a house at a discount as a real estate investor and get that house so that they don't have to let it go into foreclosure, because when they include their home into that bankruptcy, a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, that is a foreclosure on their credit report. So again, so now they have a bankruptcy and a foreclosure. Trust me, I did that. It is a big mistake. Targeting people that are in bankruptcy that have a property and getting that and buying that property from them as a real estate investor is an amazing thing to do. So bankruptcy, I absolutely love. And so also in DealMachine, you actually have lots of different things that you can filter through. These are probably my 5 favorites for the taking over payment system, because in many cases, like I said, they have a mortgage that has a very low interest rate. And in many cases, they are behind or they're not able to keep going with that mortgage. And they are happy to sell those properties to an investor, especially an investor that comes in very professionally, has the business, and is able to show that they have the funds to actually catch the mortgage payments up and take over the payments. But again, you already know the secret. This is very easy to get just by opening up a business checking account and getting a business credit card. Or you can actually even get a business loan or a business line of credit to do even more. Usually banks are very easy to give out business credit cards over business lines of credit. So take the business credit card, because in many cases, once you show that you're able to pay that credit card on time, they will then approve you for a business line of credit. One last thing. I have shared with you the entire secret step by step. Again, if you need any help with this, call Justin Merch Consulting. But please note that Noelle Randall used to be broke, bankrupt, and living in her parents' basement. And someone taught me these things without even the business credit. Today, in our economy, business credit is very easy to establish and is where most of the funding is. Most of us don't even know that we can get millions of dollars in business credit. And most of us don't know that we can repeat this with different businesses. You can establish a business, establish business credit, get funded in that business's name, and repeat it over and over. Every business that you have can establish business credit and get funded in that business's name. So this is something that you have got to get into, because this is an easy way to start separating your personal liability and your personal credit from the money-making opportunity that exists with real estate investing and real estate flipping. If you need help with this, please don't hesitate to reach out to my friends at Justin Merch Consulting. Remember to let them know that Noelle Randall sent you. They will give you a free consultation and they will see what they can do for you. They have helped so many of my students get $50,000, $75,000 in business funding, again, just from one phone call. Check them out. It's absolutely risk-free to you to do so. And this could be the tool that you need to really take yourself to that next level, because this is really the opportunity that you have to get wealthy. You can buy houses with business credit cards. I just showed you how to do it. And now you have the amazing resources through Justin Merch Consulting and have experts help you with that today. Why? Because I want to make sure that you have all of the knowledge, all of the tools, and all of the resources that you need to be successful. This is Noelle Randall. To your success. Hey, all right. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. Please subscribe to this channel because you have to watch this video all the way to the end. Obviously, you found a lot of value in it, and I would so much appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel and like this video. It really does help with this ever-changing algorithm YouTube has. If you've been ever wondering what video you should watch from Noelle Randall, next it is this one right here, because you can get lots of business funding really fast.